Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cathy of Cathy's Cash and Coin. I'm a single mom with 3 daughters. Although my oldest is now married and out of the house, my middle daughter is a college student who just finished her 3rd year away at school. And then I have my youngest that lives here with me in our home. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. Today, we are doing my paycheck budget for the first paycheck of June. So we are just gonna go ahead and get right into this. So as always, I have one income. My main income is from the post office, and I had about the same amount of overtime as I did on the last paycheck. So my paycheck is almost exactly the same. It's $2,145. All right, and then I have 2 debt payments to make. Both of them are $125 for 2 credit cards, and that totals $250. So we are going to take the $250 from the $2145. It is $18.95. All right, we are moving on to my expenses and my bills. So my mortgage and my HOA, I split each paycheck. I pay half, or I put half away so that all of it doesn't come out of one paycheck. So I always put $1,118 aside. So this is for the July mortgage payment and HOA payment. My mortgage includes my home insurance, and it also includes my escrow for taxes. All right, so then we are moving on to subscriptions. So for this paycheck, we have about $46 in subscriptions. And then phones. I'm so excited. This is the first time in a very long time that my phone bill is under $200. Not by much, but it is. It is $198. I'm just so happy to see it under $200. It's been a very long time. All the devices are paid off. I started a new plan, and this is for 3 phones. It's an Apple Watch. It's an iPad. So I'm not too upset with that amount. And yeah. All right. And Wi-Fi, it's just about $100. This one is another one that I got down. It was $131, and I had to call them over and over, and I finally got a new plan, and it actually gave me a faster speed. I haven't recognized the faster speed at this point, but they had some promotion, so I got it down. It's like $99 and some change. Always for my bills, whatever the change is, so I round up. So so for Wi-Fi, it's $99 and some change, but I'm rounding it up to 100. Phone, same thing. It's $197 something. And then my income, it was probably $21.45 and some change, and I round that down so that I always carry a little bit of a buffer extra to pad to my buffer. I always have a buffer in my checking account. Even though I zero-based budget, there's always a little bit of padding in that checking account just in case I forget something or something goes through that I wasn't expecting. All right, moving on for gas for my home. Obviously, we have not been running the heat much. We haven't been running the AC too much either, so we'll see about my electric bill for next month. That'll be on paycheck 2 of June. And then gas for my car, I'm going to do $30. I did have to drive to bring the cat to Helena, and I had only budgeted $30 for gas last paycheck, and that was last paycheck. So I used one of the gift cards I cashed in from, I think I used the Upside one to cover gas, which gave me a little bit extra coming into this paycheck. I do have to meet my dad halfway to drop off Audie, but I should still have enough gas with 30. If not, I do have one more gift card I can cash in with Fetch, and I think they have something available for like a gas station or just a Visa or something, and that's probably what I'll do just to make it work. All right, moving on to water. That comes to $65 again this month, so not too bad. All right, so we're going to total this up. That gives us $1,617. Hopefully you can see that. And we're going to take that from the $18.95, and that leaves us $278. All right, we are going to move up here to my wallet. All right, so for my wallet, again, the only thing that's going to get anything will be food. And since Autumn will be in Michigan, it's really just me. And I've been doing $100 a paycheck, which is $50 a week for just Autumn and myself. So I think I can bring it down to $40 just for me. So $80 for the paycheck. I'm going to try that. And again, I do have one more gift card I can cash in if need be. So the rest of these will not be getting anything. So the total will be 80. And we are gonna have 278. We're gonna take away the 80. That leaves us $198. All right, so we are gonna move on to some of our sinking funds. All right, so for our sinking funds, these are ones that I pay monthly. I pay some of them bi-monthly, some of them quarterly, and some of them yearly. So for Landscaper, I do pay him monthly, and he did come a third time in May. So we are starting with the zero balance in that account, our sinking fund. So we're gonna put $45 in there, and that is for one time of him coming. So if he comes twice in June, I'm gonna be behind, but I do have a little bit put into my outdoor fund in another binder. So if that happens, then we'll be okay. All right, so garbage. Now garbage, I'm hoping, I haven't seen the new bill yet. I'm hoping I'm saving way too much money for this and that they, billed me in arrears and that this bill will not be $207 again, but we will see, because it was $75 a quarter and my last bill was $207 for the quarter. So I'm hoping that this bill, I'm saving way too much money, and but we will see. And then Butcher Box, I'm going to put $25 aside for that, and then we'll have the full 100 we need for Butcher Box for this month. And I do split this with my sister, so it's only costing me $100 every other month. We order it every other month and we split the subscription. Autumn doesn't eat meat, and Autumn is gone for the summer anyway. I do sometimes get seafood in there for Autumn. She does eat seafood, but she's not even here right now. And then I do also order steaks and stuff for our 4th of July week. We all kind of contribute food when we go up to Michigan for 4th of July. And that is a lot of times my contribution. I bring some good breakfast sausage, bacon from Butcher Box for breakfast, and then I bring a good steaks and stuff for our grilling. All right, moving on to Grove. I just ordered my Grove subscription, so we're gonna start this off again. And then MK is where I get all my skincare and stuff. That is $13 a paycheck. I order that one time a year. Card tags is once a year, and that is in February, so we are building that up. Now Microsoft, I have nothing in there because we just paid it, but I am gonna do $3 a paycheck for Microsoft. And then Amazon Prime, it's $134. It's $140. We have $134, and I'm hoping I'm gonna do $3 in there, and I'm hoping that I can use my daughter can sign up for it with her student ID, just like she did Microsoft or student email, and we will only be paying about half of that for this next year. Moving on to school fees, we're gonna put $21 in that, and this is for Autumn for her 8th grade year. Last year, I want to say I paid about $450, but that included any band fees, things like that. So I'm hoping that I will have more than enough saved. Now this is what I have in there now. I have 118. That's enough for the first payment. They do a payment plan with me, but also I'm expecting graduation fees, cap and gown fees, things like that, because she is going into 8th grade. So we're a bit behind on it, but if we keep adding $21 a paycheck, and a little bit extra every time I have a little bit of money, it goes into school fees and swim fees because we're so behind on those two. Swim fees will be due in about September. So that one, I really need to get, probably should be funding that prior to school fees, because at least school fees I can do a payment plan. Swim fees, I got to pay it all up front, and that's about $450, and that is for the fall winter season. So she swims here in the fall and winter, and it's about $450. It's usually actually a little less than that, but I'm not sure if it's going to go up this year. She does swim in a different town, so we do pay the non-resident fee, so it's a little bit more expensive for us than if we were a resident of that town. But also, She swims from September all the way till March. So I don't think that's really that bad of a price. And with swim, the only other equipment you need are bathing suits, and we have plenty of, obviously already have the towels. She just needs a new bathing suit probably at least once or twice a season, and that's really it. So I don't really think that's that bad of a price for a sport. All right, moving on to ID theft, and we're going to put $7 in that, and that is for myself and my 2 daughters. And then Carb Manager, this is just an app I use to track my carbs when I'm really paying attention to what I am eating. And let's total this up and see where we're at. That's $190. All right, so we are back here in the paycheck budget. So we had $190 going into the dated binder. I call it the dated binder because they all have specific dates they need to be funded by. So we had $190, which means we have $8 left over. And the $8 will go into the revolving fund. Yeah. And I'll figure that out. I'll just get probably like $8 in singles when I break this down and get the cash. So $198, which leaves us $0 remaining. As a reminder, I don't leave a $0 balance in my checking account. I definitely don't do that. I always have a little bit of buffer to start. And then with all of this, I leave the extra change in the account. Like my water was probably $64 and some change, maybe even $63 and some change. I don't know the exact amount. Gas, maybe sometimes to fill up, it's only going to cost me $27. Gas is the only one for my car that I might go over, but the rest of these, it's always going to be a little bit under, and then that will always help keep my buffer funded if I ever need. I did use like $5 of it when I ordered some things from Etsy recently, so that is it. I will go get the cash and we will do the cash stuffing, so I will see you guys then. You guys take care. Have a blessed day.